Hello kiddos, how are you? Welcome to the PW Gulf channel, and today we will be summarizing the chapter Trigonometric Equations. We have already covered the chapter Trigonometric Ratios and Identities. You can go back to the channel video playlist and see a nice 2-hour video in which I have summarized the entire chapter very well for all of you. Now, yes, this is going to be relatively short, of course. It's a part of the same chapter. So get ready to learn trigonometric equations. Guys, I have taken care of one thing. Because it is a very small topic, I have kept the level of questions little up. There are some questions directly from IIT JEE paper. There are some questions of that level, competitive examination level. I hope you will enjoy that level. In case you feel that no ma'am, it was a little difficult to understand in our school, we studied at a much lower level, do let me know in the chats, do let me know in the comments later, and I will always try to include a mix of both easy level questions, medium level, as well as difficult level questions. I just want to experiment this thing, what goes well with my students, what do you want. See, all three are important. It's not that ma'am give us difficult questions. No, we reached a difficult stage after studying medium and average level questions. So if that is also needed, I will do that. I have done that in other chapters. I have taken all three level of questions. Here I have kept it average to difficult. Very easy level questions I have not included. I have assumed that you guys know it, studied already, so basic level of questions you must have known. The very most important thing to study trigonometric equations is knowing trigonometry, knowing trigonometric ratios and identities. You should be well aware with the quadrants, right? Everything where sine becomes 0, where cos becomes 0. And my session is kind of divided into two parts. One part is where we will not go into the solution, the principal or general solution. We will directly go with whatever we have understood from trigonometric functions. Whatever we have understood from the previous video, trigonometric ratio and identities, we will apply now. Okay. So if you would have seen this unit circle, this is a unit circle and it is nothing but the circle through which we define sine theta and cos theta. This circle is used to define the values of sine theta and cos theta. In this particular circle, the x coordinate represents cos theta and y coordinate spelling is wrong, I know, it represents sine theta. क्या फर्क है, मैथ्स पढ़ रहे हैं, इंग्लिश थोड़ी. चलिए, so it means here it is cos theta comma sine theta. Now theta is 0 degree. For this particular point, theta is 0. So it is cos 0 and sine 0. Cos 0 1, sine 0 0, you all know. For this particular value, again the angle would be 90 degree, theta will be 90 degree, cos 90 and sine 90. Cos 90, can you all see? 0, sine 90 1. Similarly, when you come here, how much will this angle be? It will be 180 degree. So cos of 180 degree and sine of 180 degree is written in the bracket. Cos 180 minus 1, sine 180 0. And when you come at this point, the angle made, the theta would be 270 degrees, which is 3 pi by 2, and that is cos 3, okay, and sine 3 pi by 2. Cos 3 pi by 2 0, sine 3 pi by 2 minus 1, right? So this circle actually helps us in a lot of ways to understand. Now whatever I am going to write on the next page, you all should remember this very well. You all should be remembering this very well. The first thing, when is sine theta equal to 0? When theta is equal to n pi, we will keep on referring to this circle. Sine is 0 at this 0 degree, at this 180 degree. So 0, 180, 360, 540 on x-axis. Basically on x-axis, sine is 0. You all can see this. So when your theta is equal to n pi, guys, everywhere n will be your integer. Wherever I am mentioning n is an integer, remember. So theta is equal to n pi, sin theta will be 0. Second, when is cos theta equal to 0? Refer this. When is cos 0? You can see cos 90 0, cos 270 0. Basically on y-axis, cos is always 0. Y-axis means odd multiples of pi by 2. All the odd multiples of 90, 270, 450 and so on. Right? Okay. Third one. When is sin theta equal to plus 1? And when is sin theta equal to minus 1? We will see that. Similarly, we will also observe when is cos theta equal to plus 1 and when is your cos theta equal to minus 1. Guys, you need to write this general observation from the circle. If you all know, pause it and write. If not, let's find out. Sin theta equal to 1. Go back. Where is your sin 1? Okay, here is sin 1. What about this? Here sin is minus 1. So always on positive y-axis, sin value is plus 1. On positive y-axis. Here it's 0, 0, minus 1 and above it is plus 1. So sin 90, then it will again complete a circle and come back. It will, sin 450 will be 1. Again it will complete a circle and come back. 810, sin of 810 will be plus 1. Again it will come back. So at this value, sin will be always 1. Understanding that, I can say whenever a theta is equal to 2n pi plus pi by 2. Can you see it completes a circle? It completes a circle 2n pi and then plus pi by 2 is added. Everything will complete a circle and then when pi by 2 is added, it gives me this particular position. In order to get this position, we have to do 2n pi. 2n pi means complete circle and then pi by 2 added to it. Are you getting it? Sorry, yeah. 2n pi plus pi by 2. When is sin theta equal to minus 1? So similarly, you can see this circle. 2n pi is your complete circle, but do not complete the circle. Come back a little. Come back by 90 degree. On negative y-axis, you can see sin is minus 1. Wherever at this position, sin is minus 1. Can you all see? Yeah, that means that sin of 270, it will be minus 1. Then again, this will be sin of 630, it will be minus 1. Again, whatever is this, it will be minus 1. Towards negative y-axis, it is minus 1. Negative y-axis, how will I write? Complete circle is 2n pi. Complete circle is 2n pi. Subtract 90 from it. 2n pi minus 90. Right? This is going to be very helpful, guys. Believe me, trust me. If you understand these 6 values and try to solve questions, your life is going to be sorted, boss. Your life is going to be very sorted further on. I'm telling you, cos theta equal to 1. Just try to think. When is your cos equal to 1? Cos is equal to 1. Oh, yes. Here is... No, I'm sorry. Here cos is 1. Here the cos is 1. What about this? This is minus 1. Up and down it is 0. Cos is 0. Cos is your x-coordinate. The x-coordinates are 0 on y-axis. On x-axis, here it's plus 1. Here minus 1. That means cos is 0 at 0 degree, then again at 360 degree, again at 720 degree, again at all the multiples of 360 basically, 1080. So cos is 0 at this position. How do I get this position in general? 0, 360, 720, 1080. In general, I can say theta is equal to 2n pi. I don't want the negative y-axis, only the negative x-axis, only the positive x-axis. Negative, positive. I'm interested in positive x-axis. Positive x-axis. Why? Because there cos theta will be plus 1. And for cos theta equal to minus 1, I will be interested in this negative x-axis. because here cos is -1. That means cos of 180. Again then you complete the circle, cos of 540. All the right. Negative x-axis, how do I mention here? Theta will be what? All the odd multiples of pi, 2n plus 1 pi. So these are even multiples of pi and these are odd multiples of pi. Here you put n0, you'll get pi. Put n1, you'll get 3 pi. Put n2, 5 pi. That means 0, pi, 3 pi, 5 pi. That's what we want, right? That's what we exactly want. At not 0, it doesn't give me 0, by the way. It starts from pi. Putting n0, I get pi. So minimum is pi. So yeah, putting pi and then not 2 pi, 3 pi, 5 pi, 7 pi, 9 pi. All these odd multiples of pi, is going to give me this position. Do you all agree? The negative x-axis is odd multiples of pi. And how do you write odd multiples? 2n plus 1. Just to remember this, I am writing its corresponding meaning. Even multiple of pi by 2. Sine is 0. Sine is 0 on x-axis. Basically on x-axis. Cos is 0, odd multiples of pi by 2. Cos is 0 on y-axis. Odd multiples of pi by 2. Can you understand this? Everybody, bolo maza aaya ki nahi aaya bhai? Jabardast. On y-axis, cos is going to be always 0. Any value on y-axis, pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, 7 pi by 2, 9 pi by 2, 11. Any value on y-axis, cos will be 0 always according to the unit circle. Sine theta equal to 1. Sine 1, sine is at 90 degree. 2n plus 1. This is your positive y-axis. Simply. Positive y-axis. On positive y-axis, sine will be always plus 1. And sine is -1 on negative y-axis. Understanding? Cos theta is 1. Cos theta is 1 plus 1 on positive x-axis, -1 on negative x-axis. Positive x-axis, cos theta is plus 1 and negative x-axis, cos theta is -1. This can also be written as even multiple of pi and the second one can be written as odd multiple of pi. So various ways I have given to remember the formula. This formula can be remembered using the circle, best way, then this value or this particular hints. If you remember this, let's solve the questions on them. What say guys? Can we solve the questions on them? Pakka you will remember them? Pakka kacha pakka? Okay, great. So no more explanations needed. I can directly jump to the question. Sine of 3x equal to 0 and x belongs to 0 to pi. Find the value of x. They have said you to solve. Solve means finding x, finding the unknown. Okay, just now we studied sine x equal to 0. Sine is 0, that means theta is n pi. Theta is, instead of theta, we have x in the question. So x will be n pi, first, second, third. Okay, all right. I'll refer to these numbers while solving questions. So first formula, sine theta equal to 0, that means theta will be equal to n pi. Here x is equal to n pi by 3. We want my dear kiddos, x between 0 to pi, that is first and second quadrant. If I want x in 0 to pi, n should be 0, so I'll get 0, x as 0. If I take n as 1, I'll get pi by 3. If I take n as 2, I'll get 2 pi by 3. If I take n as 3, I'll get pi. and if I take n as 4, I'll get 4 pi by 3. Well, my dear students, 4 pi by 3 is outside the domain. I do not want x to be 4 pi by 3. 4 pi by 3 will be pi by 3 60, 240 degree. I want it within 0 to 180. So n is 1, 2, 3, 4 and x is 0, pi by 3, 2 pi by 3 and pi. That's the question solved. So in each question, find the general solution, guys. This will be referred to as your general solution. And then according to the domain, if you find the value of x, it will be referred to as principal solution. Principal means specific solution. For this question, this is the value of x. General means it has all the values. So that brings me to another explanation about trigonometric solutions. Trigonometric solutions can be of two types: principal solution as well as general solution. Principal solution in general is where your theta belongs to 0 to 2 pi, 0 included, 2 pi excluded. Why? Because when you come back to 2 pi is same as 0. So no need of putting 2 pi. 0 to 2 pi is your principal solution. General solution means theta is equal to theta in terms of n. Theta in terms of n, where n is your integer. Basically, principal solution will have solution between 0 to 2 pi. General solution will have all possible solutions in it. It will have all possible solutions. You combine all the possible solutions and that will make your general solution. Okay. Great. Example do you need? Okay, let's take an example to understand this better. Principal solution is, let's say when I say sine theta equal to 0, what will be the value of theta? Now between 0 to 2 pi, where all do you get sine 0? Sine 0 is 0, sine pi is 0, sine 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi, 5 pi, all the pi, you take any pi, n pi, sine n pi is 0, but principal solution will demand only till 2 pi. So theta is 0 pi and not even 2 pi, because 2 pi is not included here. Can you see 2 pi is not included? Strict inequality. But when I ask general solution for the same question, sine theta equal to 0, what will you tell me? Theta is equal to n pi. That becomes your general solution. This becomes your principal solution. Telling you just because some textbook refers to principal solution like this, probably in NCERT, if at all you come across a question where they say find the principal solution, understand the domain, the theta should be between 0 and 2 pi. Like 0, 2 pi, 2 pi excluded, 0 included. Alrighties. Proceeding further to the next question. Solve this following: sine square 2x plus 3 sine 2x equal to 0, x belongs to minus pi to pi. Now understand, you have a domain minus pi to plus pi. Okay, what do I do with this? Sine 2x can be taken common. In the bracket, sine 2x plus 3 equal to 0. Product of two things is 0, that means each of the terms can be separately taken as 0. Sine 2x is equal to 0 or sine 2x plus 3 is equal to 0. Let's deal with the second part quickly. Sine 2x is equal to minus 3. Now, is it possible that the value of sine is minus 3? That's what we learn in the basics. Sine cannot be negative. So, this is not possible. Forget about the second part. Let's come to first part. Sine 2x 0. Just now you saw value of sine is 0. That means the theta is equal to n pi. X will be equal to n pi by 2. Now in order to get answers between minus pi and plus pi, try to take different values of n. So what values of n do you prefer? Let's start with 0. N as 0, you will get x as 0. Then you take n as 1. x will be pi by 2. Is it within the domain? Correct. Take n as 2. 2 pi by 2 is pi. Pi can be taken, alright. Then if you again go further, take n as 3, it will give 3 pi by 2, which is outside the domain. Let's not do that stupidity. Then take n as minus 1. You'll get minus pi by 2. And taking n as minus 2 will give me minus pi. So these are the possible solutions. These are the values of x which satisfies this trigonometric equation. Trigonometric equation, like your normal equation, trigonometric equation consists of trigonometric terms. That's it. That's it. Nothing difference. Next. Sin x plus sin 3x is equal to 0. Solve when x belongs to 0 to 2 pi. Sin x. Now sin 3x formula, using the triple angle formula, 3x can become x. Yes, there are different ways to solve, by the way. There is not just one way which I am telling you. I will try to cover all the ways in different questions. May not solve one question by 10 ways, but yes, 10 questions if I am solving. In all the 10 questions, I'll try to use 10 different methods. So you are aware, okay, this can also be done, that can also be done. Like for example, here you can use the formula of sin C plus sin D. The sum to product formula of trigonometry. Sin C plus sin D will be 2 sin C plus D by 2 into cos C minus D by 2, and then proceed further. That is also fine. I am now using triple angle formula, which is also correct. Sin 3x will be 3 sin x minus 4 sin cube x equal to 0. Okay. Okay. Sin 1 plus 3, 4 sin x minus 4 sin cube x equal to 0. 4 sin x into 1 minus sin square x is equal to 0. Therefore, 4 sin x. Can you see, ultimately you are getting the same thing. Okay. Therefore, 4 sin x is equal to 0, or 1 minus sin square x is equal to 0. Solving the first part, it's very easy. Sin is 0, that means this angle is equal to n pi. Alright. Let's go for the second portion. Sin square x is equal to 1. And sin x is going to be equal to plus or minus 1. Now some people must be wondering, ma'am, sin square x equal to 1. Just use the formula sin square theta equal to sin square alpha. If you have studied the chapter, you know there exists a formula like that. Yeah, I'll do it later. We are building from base. So first a question can be solved in a traditional method. Later on you get a formula sin square theta equal to sin square alpha. Theta is equal to n pi plus minus alpha. You will get the answer. Anyways, so that means we are getting two values. Sin x is equal to plus 1 and sin x is equal to minus 1. Refer to the formula, the 6 formulas at the beginning of the class. When is sin x equal to plus 1? I guess that this was your third formula. Sin x is equal to plus on positive y-axis, that is when your x belongs to 2n pi plus pi by 2. And sin x is minus 1, the fourth formula, on negative y-axis, that is 2n pi minus pi by 2. These 3 different x's we have got. Now we have to select the values of n, different n's, and get the final value of x. So here if I take n to be 0, x will be equal to 0, which is well within the domain 0 to 2 pi. Take n as 1, I'll get pi. Taking n as 2, I'll get 2 pi. 0, pi and 2 pi. These 3 values we'll get from the first part. Now let's go for the second and third portion. What n can we take? If I take n as 0, x will be your pi by 2. If I take n as 1, I'll get 2 pi plus pi by 2. 2 pi plus pi by 2. And I cannot go beyond 2 pi. So n cannot be taken as 1. Only pi by 2 is the possible solution. Here if you take n equal to 0, we are getting minus pi by 2, which is not acceptable. If we take n as 1. We will get 2 pi minus pi by 2. 2 pi minus pi by 2 is fine. That's within the principal domain. 2 pi minus pi by 2 will be your 3 pi by 2. Anything else? Okay, someone will say, ma'am, we can take n as minus 1 here. Correct. We'll get minus 2 pi plus pi by 2. Again, not accepted. Minus 2 pi plus pi by 2 will be a negative number. We don't want x to be negative. X is very much positive. So therefore, the final answer, the final value of x is 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, 2 pi. Are you able to understand? Do you get it? If you get such questions, the questions which are there based on direct formula become super duper easy. Can you try to solve this question now? Everybody, this is a trial for you. Find the number of solutions of this particular trigonometric equation where theta is 0 to 4 pi, 0 included, 4 pi excluded. Cos square theta minus 1 equal to 0. That is your cos square theta equal to 1. Now, just now you got the understanding. It can be taken as cos theta can be taken as plus minus 1. Now, two values, cos theta plus 1, cos theta minus 1. Refer to the 5th and 6th formula. When is your cos theta plus 1? On positive x-axis, which is 2n pi. And when is cos theta equal to minus 1? On negative x-axis, that's your 2n plus 1 pi. As I said, there is not just one way to solve a question, multiple ways. Whichever strike you, go ahead with it. Right now, the aim is not to crack an examination. You're not sitting in the JEE paper wherein you have to solve the question fastest. Yes, there the situation is different. You have to solve the fastest in order to get maximum marks, in order to be able to complete the paper. You cannot go at this speed, I agree. But when we are learning just at day 1 or first time, second time you are learning, you cannot reach that speed, you cannot match that speed. Isn't it obvious? You have to go slow, steady in order to achieve what you want. Like I have seen students, my own students, few students, they come on day 1, they have scored like 90%, 95% in class 10th board examination. Now that has not been a very big deal. Recently, you also know it. I am not saying the typical statement you have heard from your seniors, from your colleagues, from your cousins mainly, that during our time it was so difficult to score even 70%, 60 plus was the first class. Nowadays every student is scoring 90, 95. It's not, no, I'm not saying. You guys are doing efforts, you guys are putting efforts, and it is worth appreciating. I understand, because the times have changed, and as a scientist, as a scientific person, that's what we learn, to be dialectical. Dialectical means changing as per the situation. Based on your situation, times change, people change, outputs change. The dynamics have been changing like this in today's market. Earlier times, it used to take at least 20 years. During my parents' time, it used to take 20 years for a system to revolutionize. Lately, again it came to 10. Now it's within 3-4 years. You learn a particular language in coding, you learn a particular tech, you understand a particular system, and you will see within 3-4 years that system altogether is gone to trash, and there's a new system, new way of working. You have to be adaptive to the situation. You have to keep learning, and one who doesn't learn will not survive in today's time. Today's time is very fast, and as per this, you guys are doing amazing. I fully trust you and I fully believe in you. What I mean to say here is, there are some students who come with 95% score in class 10th, and then initially in class 11 they're like, I want to do JEE, I want to get into IIT. Very good spirit, very good spirit, but every year we see thousands of students like that coming to us, out of which only 1 or 2 are able to do it, make it to the end. Rest of them, they lie somewhere below it. Some just below, some little further below, some very much down the drain. But why that happens? Why that happens? You cannot achieve everything on day one. But what you can do sitting there is listening to your teachers, listening and understanding what your teachers are saying. If you follow, learn from their failures, learn from our failures. Do not repeat the same mistake which we are doing. Follow each and everything that we are saying from our years of experience. Definitely you all will be able to settle at a place which will give you peace. I'm not saying you will crack IIT or not. That's again a different story. That's another level of dedication, but you will be at a place where certainly you will not repeat the statement, I should have done better, I could have done better. You will be satisfied with yourself. Internally you will be at peace, and that is what matters at the end of the day. Trust me, that is what matters at the end of the day. You should be happy with what you are doing. And in order to convince yourself, do not fool your brain, do not fool your heart. Just be honest and try to give your best. Try to follow what your teachers are saying, and try to maintain that honesty throughout the 2 years and throughout your life. You will see new, different, wonderful peaks in your life automatically. You don't have to push yourself for that. Just make it a habit. Life will keep on becoming simpler each day. And that is what I mean. The energy on day 1 and the energy on day 365 should be similar. On day 1 you want to crack JEE, it shouldn't happen that after 365 days you are back to square 1 saying, back to 0, not square 1, back to 0, saying that no, it's not my cup of tea. So for that, follow any teacher, any mentor, and try to make the most of this time which is there in your life. Anyways guys, let's proceed with this question. Theta 2n pi, theta 2n plus 1 pi. We want within 0 to 4 pi the solutions. So n can be 0, theta will be 0. N can be 1, theta will be 2 pi. N can be 2, theta will be 4 pi. But I don't want 4 pi. I will not take n as 2. Here n can be 0, theta will be pi. N can be 1, theta will be 3 pi. If I take n as 2, I'll get 5 pi, which is outside the required thing. So we have in all total 4 solutions. 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi. 4 solutions, 4 values of theta. Understood? Nice, easy, good question. Enjoying? Okay. General solution of this. Again a very easy question guys. When is your tan equal to 0? Tan 0, 0. When is your tan 0? Tan is sine by cos. So tan is 0 whenever cos is 0. And cos is 0 at all the right odd multiples. So tan 0 at all the I missed that statement. Tan theta is sine theta by cos theta, and tan will be 0 whenever sine is 0, not cos is 0. When you say cos is 0, tan will become not defined. That's what I was wondering, what am I saying? Tan will be 0 when sine is 0, not cos is. Tan 0 means sine 0 and vice versa. Cos 0 will make it not defined. We don't want not defined. So when is your sine 0? Sine is 0 at all the even multiples. N pi. Sine is 0 at n pi. We have now by hearted it. So tan is 0 at n pi. Theta by 2 is equal to n pi. Theta is equal to 2n pi. Theta will be equal to 2n pi is the answer. Are you able to understand? Great. Very easy question, ma'am. Let's go to another segment, which is now your segment, your part, knowing all the formulas. Right. Whenever we have the formation of sine theta equal to sine alpha, theta is equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to n times, where theta is the angle you are trying to find. It gives us the general solution, And alpha, what is alpha? Alpha is the smallest value that satisfies the given trigonometric equation. I will explain it in the question, but for now, alpha is the smallest value that you have to take. These formulas which I am writing will be used for general solution. Sin theta equal to sin alpha. Now how this comes, that's not what we will discuss here in summary sessions, otherwise it will become a regular session and not a summary session. I hope you can also appreciate it. Okay, cos theta equal to cos alpha, theta is equal to 2n pi plus or minus alpha, and theta is again n pi plus alpha. These are the three formulas. Next, again another set of three formulas, but it is interesting, don't worry, I am not giving you much formulas to by heart in today's class, only this 4 formulas, and in the beginning 6 and 4 will make 10. How 4? You must be wondering, ma'am, 6 and 6 12. No, it's 6 plus 4, because all three of them have a same value of theta, which is 2n, which is n pi plus or minus alpha. Again, alpha is the smallest possible value. So isn't it only one formula? It will be counted as one formula. 3 in the previous slide, 4 and 6 at the beginning. 10 formulas, question chapter is sorted here. Even though the weightage of this particular chapter, trigonometric equation, is less in JEE examination, but yes, it is not directly asked, it is indirectly asked. So the weightage is indirect, not direct. Talking about alpha, let's say your cos of theta is equal to, they have minus 1 by 2. So when is the value of cos equal to half? At 60 degree. Can we cut the cos? No, it's a minus sign here. We need to take care of the minus sign. Where is the cos negative? All silver teacups is going to be your savior. Cos is negative in second quadrant as well as third quadrant. First and fourth it is positive. Second and third it is negative. So in order to go to second quadrant, what do we use? Remember, whenever you have to go to second quadrant, you will use pi minus theta. Whenever you want to go to third quadrant, you will use pi plus theta, because this angle is pi. Whenever you want to go to fourth quadrant, you will use minus theta, and whenever you are in the first quadrant, directly you can write theta. Okay. Fourth quadrant, you can also write 2 pi minus. This is 2 pi. The first quadrant theta, second quadrant pi minus theta, third pi plus theta, and fourth 2 pi minus theta. It will be better if I consider it as alpha instead of theta. We are here talking about alphas. Alright, focus here. Cos is negative in second and third quadrant. That means I can write this cos pi by 3 minus cos pi by 3 as cos of pi minus pi by 3, as well as cos of pi plus pi by 3. Right, both of them will give me negative cos. Alright, that means I am getting cos of theta to be equal to cos of pi minus pi by 3 is 2 pi by 3, as well as I am getting cos of pi plus pi by 3 is 4 pi by 3. Which one shall I take alpha? This is the alpha or that is the alpha? So alpha is the smallest possible value. This one is small, that one is small. Obviously this one is small. We will take this as alpha. Okay. We will not consider the other one. The smallest one is taken as alpha. Cos theta is equal to cos 2 pi by 3, and theta is equal to 2n pi plus or minus alpha. The general solution for this question is, can you see? Right. That is what we will do in every question. If it is positive, if it is plus 1 by 2, directly alpha is pi by 3. If it is in positive, first quadrant we will go. We will not go to fourth quadrant. In first quadrant, everything is positive. So for positive, we directly get the alpha direct value. But if it is negative, then you have two options, second, third. Obviously, we will take the one in second quadrant, not in third, in order to get least value. For cos, for sine, similarly, sine is negative in third and fourth. So we will take third quadrant, which is pi plus theta. For tan, tan is negative in second and fourth. We will take the second quadrant for tan, if it is negative. Let's proceed with this. Cos x equal to minus half. I guess we just solved it. What was the answer? X was equal to, अरे क्या था भाई, हाँ, 2n pi plus or minus pi by 2 pi by 3, correct? This was the value of x on solving just now. But now you don't want the general solution, you want the values between 0 and 2 pi as specified by them. Decide the values of n and you will get corresponding values of x. So if I take n as 0, there is plus minus both, so take both the signs into account. If you take n as 0, you will get one value 2 pi by 3. You will also get minus 2 pi by 3, but we are not looking for negative values, so ignore minus. Then take n as 1. 2 pi plus 2 pi by 3. Is it within the range? 2 pi plus pi by 3? 2 pi by 3? No. We cannot go beyond. But yeah, when I take n as 1, considering the minus sign, 2 pi minus 2 pi by 3 is very much allowed. I hope you can understand. This has two parts. 2n pi plus pi by 3, 2n pi minus pi by 3. So I am putting n0 in both and writing the needed answer. Putting n1 here, we won't get the answer, but putting n1 here, we will get the answer. It is 2 pi by 3, by the way, yeah. Then 2 pi minus 2 pi by 3, 3 2s are 6 minus 2, 4 pi by 3. If you take n as 2, you will get 4 pi minus 2 pi by 3. Again, that is not in the domain. So x has only these two values. Question is solved. We have got the answer for this question. Next, cos 4x is equal to sin x. Oh, cos 4x. Should be some mistake, isn't it? Some mistake. Is it a mistake? No, it's not a mistake, guys. It's very much correct. If it is cos on the left side and sin on the right side, we all know sin can be any day converted into cos using allied angle property. So sin x can be written as cos of 90 minus x. Oh, whoa! Cos. Cos theta equal to cos alpha. Theta will be equal to 2n pi plus or minus alpha. Plus minus to make two portions to keep life simple. One is 4x is equal to 2n pi plus pi by 2 minus x. The other will be 4x is equal to 2n pi minus pi by 2, and minus of minus will make it plus x. Taking this minus x on the other side, we have 5x is equal to 2n pi plus pi by 2. And taking plus x on the other side, 3x is equal to 2n pi minus pi. If you want to actually solve the complete question, you can leave it here. But if you want the entire answer, plus or minus two things are included, you are separating. That means it's a union of both. Find value of x. Ultimately, finding value of x is the aim. So x is equal to 5 in the denominator, 2n pi by 5 plus pi by 10, or x is equal to 2n pi by 3 minus pi by 6. It can be further nicely written from the first part. X is equal to, if you take pi by 10 common, first LCM, that means making the LCM as 10. It will be 4n plus 1 left, and here x is equal to, if you take pi by 6 common, making the LCM as 6, first term 4n minus 1. Therefore, the final value of x is 4n minus 1 times pi by 6 union 4n plus 1 times pi by 10, and it is a G question. They have asked for principal solution, no. They have mentioned the value of x, no. So we will leave for the general solution. They've just said solve. Now since they have not mentioned solve till where, we will obviously find the general solution. Why are we interested in particular? We're not, unless and until they ask. So this is your general solution which has n in it. Hope you understood it, enjoyed it. Let's go further. Tan 3 theta is equal to theta. According to the third formula which we wrote now, 3 theta will be equal to n pi plus alpha. Tan theta equal to tan alpha, theta is n pi plus alpha. Bringing it here, 2 theta is equal to n pi. Theta is equal to n pi by 2. Now you would like to conclude here. This is the general solution. But there is a trick. Why would I take this question? Yeah, there is something in it, isn't it? Isn't it? There is a trick. Now if you take theta as n pi by 2 and n is an integer, let's assume that if your n is equal to 1, what will happen? Theta will be pi by 2. Oh, can you take theta as pi by 2? This will be not defined. This equation will become invalid. So we cannot take n as 1, 3, 5, these values. We cannot take n as odd numbers. That means n should be even numbers. Right? This is not possible, and that's why we redefine this. Taking n as even numbers like 0, 2, 4, 6, you will get theta is equal to 2n. That means even multiples of pi by 2. Even multiples. Able to understand? Right. This is the answer for this question. Next. Reason, I hope it's clear. 4 sine square x minus 3 equal to 0. 4 sine square x is equal to sine square x is equal to 3 by 4. Now either you can take the square root, put plus minus root 3 by 2, and that will be a little lengthy because just we learned the formula. Sine square x is equal to sine square alpha. Now alpha means when is sine equal to root 3 by 2? 60 degree. Can I write 3 by 4 as sine square pi by 3? Of course, ma'am. And use the formula. It means x is equal to n pi plus or minus pi by 3. Do they want it within some domain? No. Dun 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 dun. 3 cos 2 theta minus 4 cos theta plus 1 equal to 0. Solve the question and get the general solution. So first part, if you would have noticed, it was mainly focused on principal solution, specific solution, particular solutions. According to that question, we substituted the value of m, got the value of x. Here general is what they are mainly interested. Okay, 3 cos 2 theta minus 4 cos theta plus 1. How do we go about it? So let's take the minus 1 on the other side. Can we do it? Yeah. What we can do is, taking minus 1 on the other side will also simplify, but the best is, it's not quadratic. I think this 2 is in power. It is by mistakenly written like that. This is your question. It's 3 cos square theta. Now you can say it's a quadratic equation which can be easily factorized. Just consider cos theta as t and you will see a nice quadratic equation which can be factorized as 3 cos theta minus 1, 3 cos square, right? So cos theta and plus 1 you want minus 1 equal to 0. I have factorized it. You can try this step on your own. Something should be DIY, right? You guys like DIY a lot. So 3 cos theta minus 1 equal to 0 or cos theta minus 1 equal to 0. From here, cos theta is equal to 1 by 3 or cos theta is equal to 1. The second part we know. It is your fifth formula of starting lecture. Cos theta equal to 1. Now where is your cos theta 1? Cos 0 1, cos 180 minus 1. So on positive x-axis. Positive x-axis is 2n pi. No, we are looking for general solution. I don't think we have to go back there. We are in second part of the lecture. Cos theta is equal to cos alpha should help here. And theta is equal to 2n pi plus or minus 0. Theta is 2n pi is what anyways you will get. Next part, cos theta equal to 1 by 3. How do I solve this? Cos theta is equal to 1 by 3. Can I write it like this? Cos of cos inverse 1 by 3. Just check. Cos of cos inverse, because cos inverse will get cancelled and will get 1 by 3. Why am I doing this? So that we can compare with the formula cos theta equal to cos alpha. This entire thing is your alpha, and that makes the solution as 2n pi plus or minus alpha is cos inverse 1 by 3. These two values of theta combined together will give you the general solution. That means you take a union of both of them. All right. Next, if x is greater than or equal to 0, strictly less than pi by 2, then what is the value of this equation? Is it sine square there? Sine x minus sine 2x plus sine 3x. 3x, I don't think it's a square. Yeah, it's correct. Also, this was your JEE 2019 question. It is your JEE 2019 question. Again, various ways to solve the question. Sin C plus sin D product, sum to product formula can be used, or you can expand sin 2x as 2 sin x cos x, your sin 3x as 3 sin x minus 4 sin cube x. I think that's what we did in the previous question. We expanded. So now here let's use the sum to product formula. What say, guys? Different ways should be explored. I'm taking these two terms together for simpler calculation, nothing else. Right? 1 plus 3 is 4 by 2. It's easy to calculate. Sin C plus sin D is 2 sin C plus D by 2. 4x by 2 is 2x into cos C minus D by 2. X minus 2x by 2 will be minus x, but cos gulps the minus sign. And here we have sin 2x, which will be sin 2x. Why not open it? Because sin 2x can be taken common. 2 cos x minus 1 is equal to 0. See how we have evolved. Cos x is equal to half. Now sin 2x equal to 0, we know 2x is equal to n pi, x is equal to n pi by 2. Here cos x is equal to half, cos value is equal to half at 60 degree, pi by 3, and cos theta equal to cos alpha, theta is equal to 2n pi plus or minus alpha. Union of both will be the answer. What are they asking? Number of values of x. Aha, smarties. So for the first one, let's decide the value. Bless me. Let's decide the values of these n's. N0, x will be your 0. I can take 0. Oh yes. N1, x will be pi by 2. Can I take pi by 2? No, they don't want pi by 2. Move. Okay. So this done. Come here. Take N0. You will get plus pi by 3 minus pi by 3. We will take plus pi by 3. For the second one, N1. For the second, N0. If you take N1, you will get 2 pi plus pi by 3, 2 pi minus pi by 3, nothing works. So only two solutions are possible here. Only two solutions. Option D is the answer. How many of you all got option D? Kudos to all of you. Very well done, yaar. Keep doing. Keep solving. See, maths is all about practice. I could have just taken some 5-7 questions and declared chapter is over in 15 minutes, 30 minutes. But I am taking around 15 questions to be specific. 15 questions on this particular topic. And why? because maths is all about practice. The more you practice, the more you will be a champion. I know that. And I want all of you to be my champion. Let's move to the last segment of this trigonometric equation, which is whenever you have a question like this, a sine theta plus b cos theta equal to anything here. Do you remember in the trigonometric ratios and identities, this was the last part where I said how to find the maximum and minimum value of this? Maximum value was plus root of a square plus b square. My minimum value was minus root of a square plus b square. Now here, in order to solve this question, you will be dividing by root of a square plus b square. You will divide with root of a square plus b square and try to turn into a formula of either sine of theta plus alpha or cos of theta plus alpha. You will get this formula, sine or cos. You will get this expansion. What is sine of theta plus alpha? Sine theta sine cos alpha plus cos theta sine alpha. In case of cos of theta plus alpha is cos theta cos alpha minus sine theta sine alpha. For cos mein you change the sign. C for cos, C for change. Can you reconnect? Very good. That means you are my student. So these formulas we have to turn such a question. How? Here are two examples. Let's try to solve them one by one. Root 3 sin x plus cos x is equal to 1. You can see a sin x plus b cos x equal to c. Divide by root of a square plus b square. What is here? B means 1. That is dividing by root of 3 plus 1 root 4, 2. Can you understand? Root 3 by 2 sin x plus 1 by 2 cos x equal to 1 by 2. Now dividing means it should be both left and right everywhere. This turns out into a nice formula. They are asking the general solution. Finally they understood. Okay, root 3 by 2, can I write it as cos of pi by 6, 30 degree cos 30, and here 1 by 2 can be written as sine of pi by 6. On the right side, half is nothing but sine of pi by 6. Left side, sine a cos b plus cos a sine v is equal to sine of a plus b. I have converted this into a formula of sine theta. Can you see the previous slide? Sine of theta plus alpha. Here theta was x, alpha was pi by 6 is equal to sine of pi by 6. Now sine theta equal to sine alpha. Logic, we need the general solution. Therefore, x plus pi by 6 is equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to n times alpha. Sin theta equal to sin alpha, theta is equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to n. X is the point of interest. Taking pi by 6 on the other side, n pi plus minus 1 raised to n times. Pi by 6 will be common if you take on the other side. So minus 1 times pi by 6. Just check. Pi by 6 plus on the other side becomes minus. This is the general solution. Great. Next question similarly. Let's practice a little. Okay. A cos x plus b sin x equal to 1. Let's convert it into a formula of cos. That is divide by root of a square plus b square. Divide by root 2 on both the sides. 1 by root 2 cos x plus sin x into 1 by root 2 is equal to 1 by root 2. We are converting this into a cos formula for simple reason. Cos is cos x into cos pi by 4 plus sin x into sin pi by 4 is equal to, on the RHS I can write sin pi by 4 also, cos pi by 4 also, but because the LHS is making a formula of cos, let's write this as cos pi by 4. Cos pi by 4 makes sense. Do you agree with me? This is a formula of cos of x minus pi by 4. Cos A cos B plus sin A sin B is cos of A minus B is equal to cos of pi by 4. Similarly, cos theta is equal to cos alpha. Theta will be 2n pi plus or minus alpha. X will be 2n pi plus or minus, that will go on the other side as pi by 4 minus pi by 4. Done. General solution done. Next. This is a question. Solve sin x plus cos x equal to 1. Last question, I promise. The last topic, last question. Sin x plus cos x is 1. X will be equal to what? Option A, B, C or D? Very similar to the question we did just now, isn't it? Here also it was plus. Here also it is. We got 2n pi plus minus pi by 4 minus 1. Okay. Just simplify this in order to match your option. Just simplify it to match your option. How will we simplify? Because none of the options, okay, in all the options pi by 4 is common. So from, okay, got it, 2n pi, this minus pi by 4 comes here and plus minus pi by 4 in the end. Now it is somewhat matching with the option plus minus pi by 4 is in the end. Forget it. Solve these two. Okay, I can take pi common, pi by 4 common, because they have pi by 4 common. From the first term, if pi by 4 is taken common, 8n, it's minus, right? Minus, no, this minus pi by 4 makes it plus. Let's be very careful. So 8n plus 1 plus or minus pi by 4. Option A. So previous question, please change, right? माइनस का प्लस, प्लस का माइनस, क्या करें? इसी से पूरा क्वेश्चन बर्बाद हो सकता है, बन सकता है. थोड़ा सा केयरफुल होके करना आप भी. अरे यार बस करिए आज के लिए ना मैम. कितना करवाओगे मैम? और भी है क्या? देख लेते हैं यार. चल लास्ट है, कर लेते हैं. क्या कहते हो यार? इतना तो बनता है. 2 sin square theta minus 3 sin theta minus 2 equal to 0 is equal to what? Again yaar, it's like your cos square theta, 3 cos square theta wala question. Try to factorize this particular quadratic equation. And how do we factorize? Consider sin theta as t. Let's finish it. So it will be your 2 sin theta minus 1. Let's quickly write it. Yeah, sin theta. I want minus 2 in the end and in between minus 3. So 2 sin square, 2 2s are minus 4, plus 1 will give me minus 3, 1 minus 2 minus 2 equal to 0. From here 2 sin theta plus 1 equal to 0 or sin theta equal to 2. Of course it is not possible. Sin theta cannot be 2. It's gone. This portion sin theta is equal to minus 1 by 2. General solution format, sin theta is equal to minus sin pi by 6, 30 degree. But minus sign, guys, is it alpha yet? No, it is not yet alpha. This minus sign has to be removed in order to apply the formula. So sign is negative in third quadrant and fourth quadrant. Third quadrant means pi plus, that's what we write, pi plus pi by 6. Solving it, sin theta is equal to sin 7 pi by 6 and theta is equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to n times 7 pi by 6. Option D. Most of the questions were option D. So what is the summary trigonometric equations we solved today? We solved 15-16 questions of trigonometric equations involving trigonometry. And different beautiful methods were learnt. 10 formulas were learnt. Remember those formulas. Write it down in your formula book, as you all promised me that you will be making a formula book. Do make it, and let's keep studying. We'll meet in the next chapter for next summary session. Till then, keep smiling, keep learning. Me signing off. Bye-bye. Thank you.